Here's how you can start flipping couches today without owning a truck. Now, I get a lot of questions asking me, how am I going to transport couches if I don't own a truck? I don't have any friends that own a truck. So in this video, I'm going to break down the multiple ways that you can go about flipping couches without owning a truck. The first way that you can start flipping couches without owning a truck is by renting. Now, there's multiple renting options that you can go through where you can still effectively make great profit while also not having to own a truck. So the first way, which is the way that I recommend to most people, is to use Home Depot. Home Depot offers very great options. You can use pickup trucks, you can use vans, or you can use box trucks, and they rent based off of a time standpoint. So a lot of companies like U-Haul, they'll base it off mileage, which doesn't work out well for couch flippers because we're driving long distances to pick up a couch or to deliver a couch. So the more you're driving, the more you're gonna have to pay. But with Home Depot, you'll be able to rent from them and you can do it on a time basis. So if you're able to pick up a couch within, I believe it's 30 minutes, actually it's 75 minutes. So within 75 minutes, you'll be able to only pay $30 plus like $5 tax, at least in New Jersey. So it'll come out to $35. So if you're able to go pick up your couch and return the truck within 75 minutes, so an hour, 15 minutes, you'll be able to only pay $35 for that couch. So if you go and get a free couch, you're only into it for $35 if you're able to do it inside an hour 15. But even after an hour 15, it's only, I believe, a $7 charge per 15 minutes, and it caps out at $150. So they have a daily rate, which is $150 for a whole day. So what I used to do when I didn't own a truck was I used to rent the truck for a whole day on, say, the weekends. So Saturday and Sunday, when most people are listing their couches, and I'm gonna go and do most of my pickups then. That way I have a bunch of inventory for the week, and I'll clean my inventory during the week, and I'll do it like that. Now, sometimes you'll have to go and do a delivery real quick. So say I had a delivery that might have been an hour away, so it might have took 2 to 3 hours to do it. I'd say whatever, I'll just keep it for the whole day, and I'll try and pick up however many couches I can inside that day. So I'll do a delivery, say it's, like I said, 2 hours away. I'll go do the delivery, and if I can't make it back within like 2 hours, that way I would only pay like $60. I just go and grab some couches as well. That way now I'll go clean those couches, and then I'll list those, and I'll go about that process. But that's honestly the best way you can do it, is on the weekends. You go and pick up, 4, 5, 6, 7 couches during that weekend, boom, and now you're good for the week. You go, you clean those on your Monday, Tuesday, whatever, whenever you have your time to do it, and then you list the couches then. That's a great way you can succeed with couch flipping, because then you'll be able to keep your expenses low by using a daily rate of, so those 2 days would cost you $300. And say you get 6, 7 couches, on average, say you sell them for $500, that's $3,500 in sales, minus that $300, minus gas, you still profit $3,000. So that's the best way that you can do it. By the way, I created a free couch flipping startup checklist for you guys that'll help you know what you need to get started in the couch flipping industry. So comment startup in the comments, and I'll send that over to you. So another great way that you can flip couches without actually owning the truck is to open up long-term rental contracts with company like Penske or Budget. These companies are good for business owners who don't actually own a truck. They offer discounted rates for long-term use. So I used to do this as well. This is another way, so I'm giving you guys firsthand experience. You basically call your local Penske agency and ask to talk to the corporate office. They'll put you into the corporate office, and then you'll talk to the head person of that department, or the sales manager, and you'll basically work out a deal with him. So they'll come up with like a weekly rate for the truck, and then a weekly rate for the insurance, and then a mileage fee. So you can negotiate this. And the best way to get a great price is to go to all the companies like that. So you'll go to Budget, and then you'll go to Penske, and then whatever other companies. There's a couple other companies that do this well, so just do your research. But you'll get offers from each of them. So then you go and take the offer sheets that those companies gave you, and then you go back to those other companies and say, hey, Penske offered me this. What can you do? And then they'll try and beat that offer because obviously they want that business from you. So that's the best way you can get a great price doing that. And the advantage of having that over the Home Depot box truck is that way now you'll always have the truck on you 24/7. So you don't got to really spend time going to Home Depot and taking the time to rent the truck. You'll now have that truck on you 24/7. So whenever a pickup comes, you can just shoot over, go get it as soon as possible. But you can also find other ways to utilize the truck as well. Something I do with my truck is I'll do little short-term moves for people. I'll move items for people, and that just helps make you get some extra income here and there. But I'd say that's probably the number one disadvantage of having a long-term rental with those companies is if it's a slow week, then you still got to pay that price. But I'd say the biggest disadvantage of having the Home Depot box truck is you don't have it all the time because say a good deal comes up, and now you got to go spend the time to go to Home Depot, and sometimes they be slow. So you got to take the time to stand in line and check out the truck and then get the truck and then bring it back. Or versus having the Penske or the budget truck, you can just hop in the truck, go do what you got to do, bring it back. And then sometimes you just need to have the truck just to move things back and forth if you have different storage units, other places. But overall, there's definitely multiple ways where you can still do couch flipping without owning a truck. Even if you have an SUV, this is another way actually. So this is a third way. You don't need a truck. You could have an SUV. If you have an SUV and a utility trailer and attach that to your SUV, now you just put couches in the back of the utility trailer and you don't need a truck at all. So that's another way you can do that. That's also a very gas affordable way. So if you say you drive a Toyota RAV4, that's great on gas mileage, so you just attach the trailer to that, you can be picking up couches all day. The only downside to that is you can't do a lot in the rain or in the snow because it's an open trailer and you can only fit so much in that. The advantage of having a box truck is you can pick up multiple couches in one load. You don't got to keep going back to your storage back and forth. So those are 3 ways that you can go and couch flip without actually owning a truck. It's more than possible. I've done 2 out of those 3 and it worked out well for me. When you're renting, you're gonna make less profit, but if you're smart and you budget your money correctly, you'll save money and eventually buy a truck, which is what I did. There's a lot of ways to make money couch flipping. You don't need a truck. It's not impossible. And you can do it. Thank y'all for watching. I'll be dropping more couch flipping gems for you guys weekly. Make sure you subscribe for more.